So we wanted to kind of explain why we were led to do a goblin hunt at Toot Fairy. A couple of weeks prior we went to Silbury Hill to do a CE5 nighttime investigation. We've done quite a few before and nothing's really happened, so we didn't really have any high expectations for Silbury Hill. We got there about, I think it was about 8 o'clock at night, so it was dark, very still night. We initially were going to do it on top of Silbury Hill, but we decided the ground was wet, it probably wasn't a good idea, you're not really supposed to go up there. So we decided to set up a couple of camping chairs in the field at the bottom of the hill. So it was quite a large field that Silbury Hill sits in. The grass is probably about 2 foot high. There was no cattle in the field, no campers, nothing like that. It's, you know, there's gaps in the hedge, so there's absolutely no cattle there because they could get out onto the road. So we set up, we didn't set a camera up because we were so convinced nothing was going to happen. We did a meditation, we played the CE5 tones. If anyone's got the app, it's the tones called Crop Circle. I then became aware of kind of a growling noise in the distance. So at first I thought, okay, it could be anything. Anyway, it was kind of rhythmic, like it was something breathing and growling at the same time. I asked Ian if he could hear it, and he said he could. Then it was kind of like whatever was making the growling noise was getting closer and closer. We couldn't see anything in the field. Like I say, the grass is only a couple of feet high. And I think at that point I was concerned that it was a big cat, like, I don't know, a lynx or a puma or something, which would normally be quite scared of humans. So I couldn't understand why whatever creature it was wasn't kind of running away, you know, why it was coming towards us. So at that point I did get quite freaked out. So I said to Ian, you know, I really just want to get out of here. Literally just grabbed the camping chairs without even collapsing them, and we just made our way across the field.
The noise was constantly behind us as we were walking out the field. We were getting closer to the hedge. Charmaine went through the gap in the hedge, and just before I did, I turned around with my torch to shine behind just to see if I could see anything was following us. What I seen was a single white eye shine about a foot, maybe 2 foot from the ground, and approximately 20 foot away from me, and it was basically where we just walked through. So I called Charmaine back, and she came back. I showed her the eye shine. She's seen that single eye shine. Just as I moved my torch to the left, I can see another 2 eye shines, another pair of eye shine staring back at me. There didn't seem to be any solid figure behind the eye shine, just the white dots of the eyes. I turned back to Charmaine to ask her if she'd seen them. She then seen something else, which when I turned back, I seen a flash of something, and then it was gone.
I was halfway down the path back to the car. At that point I heard Ian calling me quite loudly to come back. And I said, no, I just want to get out of here, it's freaked me out, let's just leave. He said, no, come back, you know, you need to look at this. So reluctantly, I went back, and he was stood at the gap, shining the torch into the field, and he said, look at that, and I saw a tiny little eye shine about a foot off the ground, which obviously looked very out of place. I think if it was any sort of animal, they would have scarpered. And he was just pointing to the other one. He said, and there's 2 little eye shines over there. So as I was sort of trying to look, across the beam of the torch, about this big, it wasn't an orb, it was a solid object, went across the torch beam. I've no idea what it was. The whole experience absolutely freaked us out, and we were quite shaken. by the whole thing. Sort of when we got home, we started to do a bit of research on Silbury Hill, and you know, typing in Google, has anyone had any weird experiences at Silbury Hill? And we did find an account from a book called Light Quest by Andrew Collins, where I think it was a group of 4 people were on top of Silbury Hill doing an investigation. During the night they heard somebody coming up the hill, so they looked over the side and there was these little creatures, you know, about a foot high, coming up the hill. They then saw orbs with little people inside. So whether that's linked to what we saw or whether there's a logical explanation for what we saw, we just don't know. So normally we do ghost hunts. We thought, why not try a goblin hunt? Yeah, it sounds mad, but thought we'd give it a go. Hi everyone.
Evening.
Here we are at a long barrow called Toot Fairy.
Something like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's in Butcombe.
In Butcombe.
Somerset, for those people who are not local.
It's a very dark night, it's a new moon. No wind.
Yeah, was it the 15th of September 2023? Just in case we go missing, this turns out to be a found footage film.
It's about 8:30, 8:45.
Yeah, I think so, about that.
It sounds really ridiculous, but we're here to do a goblin hunt because legend has it that this particular long barrow has fairies and goblins, and strange noises have been heard coming from the inside. So we thought we'd do a little bit of an investigation. We've parked up in what we think is the field.
Yep. All being well, we unblock too many gates and we don't get shouted at by farmers. But it is
pitch black.
Yeah, it's pitch black. It's late at night.
And we don't know where we're going.
No. So this is the closest thing. So
fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. We've bought the camera, obviously, with night vision. We bought a phone with was it the tones to open
apparently
portals.
Portal opening tones.
You bought little gifts, haven't you?
Yeah, we bought some mushrooms and some shiny things.
Yeah, for the
and some crystals, because
for the
there's
goblins,
no manual
obviously.
on goblin hunting, so we're
No,
just
not
winging
yet.
it.
Yeah. This could all be the load. It's just go. And it does sound absolutely bizarre to say we are going goblin hunting, but obviously the story you heard at the beginning of this video will explain why. It's not just a random thing that we want to do. There is a basis behind it. So wish us luck.
Yeah, wish us luck finding it.
Yeah, that's the
I
main
think we're
thing.
going to need luck to find it.
Yeah, we've got to find it first and then hopefully get into the investigation. Right, see you soon.
So we've just walked probably about 5 minutes across the field to where we think the long barrow is, and it's pitch black. We're right near Bristol Airport, so there are planes taking off, but we've just noticed in the hedgerow there's a little light.
Well, I'll turn the camera around, not quite sure if you can notice it.
It's at ground level.
Yeah. We'll turn the... And that's...
It might be an electric fence. Is it picking it
No.
up? Okay, so we're going to go over and investigate.
Are we?
Well, we're going to have to. We promised ourselves we'd have a little bit more balls this time.
Yeah, okay, alright.
I'm not keen, but...
Okay, I mean the thing is, it's because it's pitch black, it could literally be like further away than we think. And it could be a house or something, but I don't think it looks...
it's a house. That's a house over there,
Yeah,
that light.
yeah.
This light is about, what, 200 yards?
Probably.
No, a bit less.
Well, so we'll find out. Right.
It seemed a bit unusual.
Yeah, we'll take a little walk.
Hopefully it's just an electric fence.
Yeah, have you shined the torch? You have got to debunk things.
Yeah.
Basically. So walk in a straight line is what we've got to do as well.
Okay, so we're approaching a tree line, aren't we?
We are, yeah.
So whatever light it was coming from the trees.
Yep, unless there's a fence behind the trees, which we don't know. I do apologise for this cameraman work, it's absolutely shoddy.
Right, so if we go, it could be something through the trees, couldn't it?
Yeah. There's definitely, yeah, I think it's a fence or something, isn't it? Oh, it's someone's tent. Oh, I think it's like hay bale things. Although, still bewildering why what light is reflecting off it.
Ah, yeah, you can see it, so it was obviously just
Yeah.
getting off the top of them.
Yeah. Okay, well that's debunked.
Also, I'm glad because
Yeah.
I'm pretty freaked out.
Yeah, that was a bit weird. Right, I'm going to turn the camera off now to save a bit of time.
So although we figured out what the light was, it was reflecting off the black plastic of the hay bale, it wasn't until later that we started to think there must have been some sort of light originally to cause that reflection. There was nothing, there was lights behind it, there was like houses in the distance, farmhouses in the distance, but there was nothing in front of it, and there was no moon that could have been causing this orange reflection from the hay bales. So at the time we debunked what it was, we found out what it was, but we still can't explain what the initial light that caused the reflection was.
So after we'd investigated the hay bales, we saw a copse of trees kind of off to the right. So we guessed that that must be where the Long Barrow was. So we headed over there. The Long Barrow is pretty much destroyed. It's kind of a mound of rubble, but on top was quite a large tree with quite large roots. It was quite a good place to sit, so we decided to sit on the roots of the tree and set up the equipment there.
Right, what we're going to do, we're going to place a mushroom and a wren pod. Wren pod. There you go. Down out of sight with some little crystals surrounding it. And so basically if anything takes it, hopefully the wren pod will pick it up. We won't pick it up on video camera because we're thinking if we video it, they might not come towards it. So again, it sounds odd to say, but we're going to give it a go. Right, as you can see, got a wren pod, mushroom, and a little gem. If you can, obviously, the wren pod, you know what happens. It goes off. So if anything goes off, well, apart from us shitting ourselves, there'll be some sort of activity. Right, okay. Well, we finally made it. There's fireworks going off, but when we were at Silbury Hill, while we were doing the meditation, we kept hearing banging, which seemed to be like fireworks. Not like that, they were literally just like ba-bang, ba-bang. So whether that's a coincidence, we'll find out.
We are on what we think is Toot Fairy Long Barrow.
Yes.
On the megalithic portal it said it was just basically a pile of rubble with a tree on top.
And we're on a pile of rubble
with a tree on top. It is a very awkward place. We're sat in the roots of the tree.
Yep. As I said, we've got, you can see up there, little EMF reader. Hopefully that'll pick up if anything picks up. Behind us, which I showed you earlier, is the wren pod with a mushroom and a little crystal.
We can't see that.
We can't see that. No, it's out of the way. I will tell you though, if that goes off, I will crap myself.
It could be a wild animal though.
I will still crap myself.
That takes the mushroom.
It could be. Yeah, but it's the thing is, obviously, if it's all quiet and suddenly that wren pod goes off, it's going to be a bit freaky. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and you're in the firing line to go down and see what's going on, not me.
Marvellous. Okay, well let's start some sort of investigation then. I will have to say, I mean, it is literally blackness.
Middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
We could hear an owl earlier, but he's shut up now.
Yeah, he's gone.
You feeling scared?
Not really. Not at the moment. You? Okay, that means
more
yes.
nervous than I normally am.
But then, as I said, we're in the middle of nowhere in the pitch black. It could be anywhere. And you'd still be a little bit nervous.
You just keep hearing it like it's, I don't know.
Hearing is going to be more sensitive.
You're going to hear insects. There's
Yeah.
going to be, I don't know, what comes out at night.
Obviously, we're not sure what the camera, the microphone will pick up. We can definitely hear.
To the right.
Yeah, down that way. And sort of rustling. Obviously, fully aware that we're in the wildlife. Could be anything. Oh, yes, yeah. In the wild. So it could be anything. You know, it could be. I'm just not sure. Obviously, senses are heightened. Now with Silby Hill, it was easy to pick up everything and run. This, it's not easy. Obviously, Charmaine will run, and I will be left to pick up everything and follow. With her just shouting, quickly, 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 as she runs away. Obviously as well, we're in a tree, so it could be squirrels.
I'm feeling quite nervous, to be honest.
It's getting there, isn't it?
I don't like it.
I haven't seen anything. be squirrels. There does seem to be movement, like, not just from one place now. It seems almost like surrounding us. I don't know whether we should try and invoke it and ask if it's come forward. I mean, that's the reason we're here.
It should.
If anything can hear us, and anything is with us, apart from that little fly that just flew by Charmaine, behind us, on the floor, there was a mushroom and a crystal. It's a gift for you. Quite welcome to have it. Take it away. We mean you no harm. If that is you that we can hear, thank you. See if I video. So there was definitely movement around. Again, I'm not feeling as terrified as I was at Silbury Hill.
There's a lot of I think there's going to be more wildlife here than
Of course there is.
Silbury Hill, because it's more overgrown.
And so I do
We
believe
basically sat in a hedgerow, like a small.
yeah, I mean you can see that
So there are going to be badgers, probably foxes, squirrels.
there's trees above us.
Yeah. So I suppose it's to be expected that there are noises. There's definitely no wind. It's completely still.
I'm not even paying attention to the EMF thing behind us. That could be flashing away, but it's not. Although it was over there, that was pretty. I mean,
No, it's not a squirrel. It's a bird. It's a duck or something.
obviously, if you can hear that, anybody leave a comment on what that noise is.
It's a bird, some kind of bird. Little daddy long legs. Down there somewhere.
Of course.
You'll go.
You're gonna get them. You're gonna get them. Obviously, last time we done some sort of meditation and played some tones, which seemed to invoke something. Yeah, we do regret not filming any of that. That was, we just didn't expect anything to happen. We were going to basically the C5 to try and see UFOs, try and encounter something like that. Did not expect the growling the low white eye shine, which
so we could hear footsteps and something moving around us. Obviously we couldn't see anything, it was pitch black, and it seemed quite faint, but it was clearly we could hear it. Obviously playing the video back, as you heard, there's a clear tapping or movement around the microphone. I'm not quite sure if it's a malfunction on the microphone, however, it only happened, or seems to have happened, when we ourselves were hearing a tapping and movement around us. And sometimes, although it sounds very close to the microphone, it does sound like almost footsteps sometimes, and also a tapping on the mic.
I think it's in an open area.
Yeah, you've got an escape route, but here we've got so much stuff with us.
Well, we could venture just to there.
So we were still feeling quite uneasy from what had happened at Silbury Hill. So I didn't feel comfortable in playing the tones, the portal opening tones from the CE5 app. So we decided it was a little bit uncomfortable sitting on the tree roots, that we would go and set up our camping chairs, which is obviously a bad omen, on the edge of the field, and just sit there and just see what we could see from there. So we've moved out of the tree roots because we didn't feel comfortable there. We didn't feel like we could make a quick exit if anything freaked us out. And we've come just to the edge of the field, set up our chairs, set up the camera. Across the other side of the field our car's parked. It is very, very dark, but we can just see like two little lights near our car.
There was also, behind those lights, we heard a car horn. We haven't heard a car. We heard a car horn, and I'm convinced that I seen internal lights of a car near where our car was parked.
But I do feel that if a car had come down the road, we would have heard it.
I understand that, but I seen internal car lights behind where our car was parked. Or even if it was our car, there was internal car lights.
We definitely turned our internal car lights off.
Yep. or even if we did, they wouldn't go on and off.
No.
We heard a car horn. It's ever so quiet. Even the dogs aren't barking now. I feel that I can see like a little dull glow in the corner of the field.
But we were caught out by that before, and we were proved that it was just
Yeah.
some sort of light reflecting off.
That's it. So it could be
hay
anything.
bale in
It could be anything.
plastic.
But I don't feel. Obviously, this ain't great video because you can't see anything because the lights are off. We don't want to turn torches on. Although when we start walking, we're going to have to. And I might still record it because if anything does happen, I want to obviously catch it on camera.
But we do want to say we are in the middle of nowhere. I can't see anybody is out to steal our car.
No, I can't
or
either.
That we're blocking any entrance.
I can't either, but it's just weird that that has happened.
I mean, again, I don't know if it is something fucking with us. Because I can't. If anybody was in this field, say walking a dog with a torch, we would have heard them.
Yeah, and
because you could hear them walking across the wet grass.
Yeah, and it's pitch black. It's deadly silent, as you can tell if we quiet for a minute. So we're nowhere near any roads, apart from obviously the road we come in on. So we would have heard a car. But I'm sure I keep seeing lights around where our car is. So I think
through the hedgerow as well.
Yeah.
Where the car is.
Yeah. And I'm now getting the goosebumps, same sort of goosebumps that I got from Silbury Hill.
I don't know why we're so freaked out. We're not normally this.
We're not. I think it's the fact because we're in the middle of nowhere and there were lights by our car, and it's for safety. Even I'm not saying it's paranormal or anything, but if there's anything, we don't want our car being fucked up because we're not going to be able to get back.
I get the impression it's something fucking with us because your car is your safety net.
Yeah.
So we know that we are a couple of 100 yards away from our car, but it's kind of like we don't want to go to the car because we've seen something weird there.
Yeah.
And it's pitch black and we can't exactly see what's going on for sure. I feel like it's something messing with us, really. Do you?
I don't know.
Or do you think it's an actual human being with a torch?
It wasn't a torchlight. It was an internal. It looked like an internal car behind our car, but then that internal light is gone. We haven't heard a car drive off, and there's just two little lights, tiny little lights that you're not even going to pick up if I throw that way, because we can barely pick up. It's one of those sort of the lights that if you stare at it, you can't really see it. You have to look.
I don't think there was space for anybody to pull up behind.
There wasn't, no.
Car.
Which again
is
just
kind of a lay-by
yep.
gate.
Yep. Which again is just bewildering. What?
The best thing to do is to just stomp across the field.
Yeah, I think get
to
everything.
The car,
yeah.
Making as much noise as possible.
Yeah. Right. Ready?
Yeah. Walk a straight diagonal line.
It's not even a gap in the thing. It's more that way, I think. Yep. There's not even a gap in the.
Oh yeah, it's like down there.
Yeah. Well, that's even weirder. Right, okay. Weirdly, we've walked towards where the lights were, which
where we thought the car was.
Yeah, which we assume we've seen the car internal lights, so we assume that's where the break in the hedge was and where the fence was. As soon as we get close to it, we realise, well, the lights aren't there anymore, and there's no gap in the fence.
Yeah, we were parked a lot further down
Yeah.
than what we.
So we're not quite sure, and it's just a hedge. It's literally just a hedge.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see it.
No, you can't. But we are walking towards that hedge now because that's the way we need to.
I mean, this is quite a thick hedge. It looks like a double hedge,
Yeah.
to be honest.
I mean, this is
This is where we saw the lights.
yeah, that's where we saw the lights.
you know, even if there was a car,
there's nothing there.
you wouldn't see any sort of internal light or headlights.
No. So
Through such a thick hedge.
it looks like something has messed with us.
Of course, now it seems like it's forever to a car. But I think I see the hedge gate now. As you can see, we're coming up to the car, and not really any space there would be to park behind the car, even if...
The lights we saw were right down the other end of
Yeah,
the field.
it was, yeah, but I'm saying even if...
We can't see the car from where we were sat.
Past the fence. Right, as you can see, this is the thickness of the bush, the hedge at the ends of the field. Okay, that's the thickness. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to go that side, Charmaine's going to go that side and shine quite a bright light, and we'll see if we can see the light through the hedge. Turn off. As you can see, a slight glow. I mean, I'm not quite sure if you can see that, but I can. There's a slight glow. You can see it through the crack, but I'll tell you, what I seen was not a broken light like that. It was clearly, what I would say, it was clearly a front and rear internal light of a car. Pinpoint?
Yeah. No, I didn't see. I saw two lights.
Yeah.
And they looked. No, I can't say it looked like an internal light of a car to me.
Okay.
But there again, I am a glasses wearer and I wasn't wearing glasses.
That's right.
So
yeah, that's fair enough.
to me, it looked like two pinpoint distance.
No, to me it looked like
a square light.
It looked like it was like curved, like you could see.
A curved light.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's like
Yeah.
the light was there. It was given light.
To me, it looked orange as well.
Like that, I couldn't
Yeah.
say obviously. It was like it was. You could see it was only shining one way because the other way would have been what I would have thought at the top of the car.
Mm.
You know what I mean? It was like almost like a half
Oh, I
light
see
you
what
could see.
mean, yeah. So we're back in the safety of the car, and you are here as well.
Oh, sorry, I'm here. Sorry.
So we're back
Hello.
in the safety of the car. Just to explain what happened, really. So we were sat kind of on the roots of the tree, which is over the Long Barrow, and we decided, you know, we could hear noises all around because it was bushes. We can't really distinguish if it was wildlife or anything untoward, supernatural, so we decided to just set up our chairs at the edge of the field, which we did, or we were just setting up.
I don't think I even sat down. I think I was setting the camera up, and that's when
we kind of were a little bit disorientated as to where we were in the field. We'd kind of, it's not a square shaped field, it's kind of square shaped with a little square attached to the end. We'd kind of walked around the edge and then we'd kind of cut across a bit to the Long Barrow, and I think when we were there we kind of forgot how we got there, really. So it wasn't until we set up the chairs that we kind of thought we were opposite the gate, didn't we, where we parked?
Well, to be fair, I hadn't even thought about it until
Yeah.
we seen the lights.
Yeah, then we were aware of, I mean, I saw two orange pinpoint lights in what I thought was the area the car was parked in. So our first thought was it was a dog walker, maybe.
Yeah, we did
A
hear.
torch.
You did hear a horn, a little beep
Yeah,
of a
we
horn.
heard a beep.
Quick toot.
So we thought maybe it's a dog walker. Then the lights didn't seem to do anything, they were just there. So we thought, our other thought was maybe we're blocking the entrance to the field, somebody wants to get in, I can't see who would want to get in that field at this time of night.
No, I would say when we say fields, they're not like ways to houses, or there is literally just fields. No cows in there, nothing. One of the gates is wide open because it is a public access, so it's not as if there's going to be tractors coming in and out, especially this time of night.
So then our other concern was that somebody was trying to break into the car, which kind of freaked us out.
Yeah, I'm sure I heard voices nearby as well. I'm sure there was like again, not really coherent voices, but there was. No. I thought I also seen like a dull light in the corner.
So we decided the best thing to do would be to go back to the car in case we were blocking somebody in or somebody was trying to steal the car. It did make us quite nervous. But as we were walking across the field, we realised it was just a hedgerow. We had parked a lot further down. So this hedgerow is quite dense. I don't know. I think the light was on the inside of the field, and we don't know what the source of it was. Because
the light I seen wasn't a light that was broken by trees or branches.
No.
It was clearly a light, and to me, because I think it was an internal light of a rear and the back of a car, is because I only seen like half the light, in the sense of it like it was inside something, so it was shining in. Like, I can't show you, but yeah, to me it just looked like an internal car light with our car in front with a dim internal light inside.
And then the light kind of disappeared, and then it came back again.
Yep.
So that's when I said I don't know if it actually is a person or a car. I mean, bearing in mind it was deadly quiet out there. It's a very still light. Even if a very quiet car came down the road, you would definitely hear the engine, wouldn't you?
You'd also see the headlights.
Yeah, even if it was, say, a bike, a bicycle.
Yeah.
You know, you could hear a pin drop, couldn't you?
Yeah. Which hopefully you'll pick up on the little camera that we.
So that's when I kind of said maybe it's something fucking with us. You know, something trying to get us to leave, in the sense of making us think that
something was happening.
Something was happening to the car. I don't know. It was odd. I wouldn't say I'm absolutely freaked out like Silbury Hill. I was just saying it's strange.
No, because we didn't hear the growling. We didn't see. We didn't see the eye shine.
No.
But then again, we didn't really shine the torches because we thought someone was there. We sort of turned our torches off, which is why a lot of the video of the last scenes, possibly if I put them in, is just blackness with us talking.
Yeah. I mean, it is a shame we didn't really get to investigate but maybe something didn't want us to investigate.
Yeah,
we weren't meant to for some reason. It just didn't want us there.
No.
This is the impression I get. I mean, maybe if we do more of them, we'll learn how to.
Well, we didn't do anything.
Get their trust, or I don't know. Maybe it's just, they just don't want us there. I definitely didn't feel comfortable to play the tones.
No.
At all.
No.
Really didn't.
So, yeah. Well, that's it then.
Yeah.
Yep. So we're filming the journey back. So if we'll go back the way that we thought we seen the lights, just in case there is a parked car. If there's a parked car there, then it sort of debunks the fact that it could be. And we, it just happened to see it through the light of the bush. The beep was someone setting their alarm.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. Right. So for now though. Bye.